in so long.
Not sure where the temple is from here, but that's where we'll find Groa's shrine.
Broken history. Aye, not exactly an easy fix.
There's another of Garm's realm tears nearby. Lassa Rift.
Follow me.
The living desert. Huh.
It was once full of life, you know.
Freya, when Yggdrasil went to Helheim, how did he not freeze to death?
A perk of the Yofar.
The boar-shifting warriors of Vanaheim, as wise in statecraft.
Freyr never bothered returning to Alfheim, did he, Mimir?
Aye, no. I assumed the fate of his own realm took precedence.
Wait, Freya's brother?
Yes. Cut from a different cloth.
What became of Kvasir?
Ripped apart by his audience. Well, one member of his audience. Well, Thor. Tribute to Freyr, made by the elves. He must have left it here when he raced back to Vanaheim.
What is this?
A charm to ward off...
The Temple of Light is certainly gaudier than I remember it.
Aye. I thought it might be why Freyr chose this realm. Change of pace from home.
The elves have abandoned the Temple of Light at long last.
Ragnarok took a brutal toll on them.
They have retreated to mourn the dead, to take stock of their people.
How long will it keep on?
Brother! The wee bastard's about to explode!
Where does this path lead, I wonder?
Do you understand these poems?
Oh, there's always meaning if you look hard enough, brother.
Kratos.
Glad we explored.
You're building quite the collection of poetry, brother.
Why so surprised? My people.
Another chest.
He's getting the hang of it.
I've never seen the Light Elves with so much control over the temple.
Guess that's on us.
They must have anointed a new temple guardian. Svartalfheim's counterpart.
The Dark Elf King. He's in the light now, too.
Ah, I see. Mining must be precise.
Why must they insist on these files?
You would know better than us, brother.
I can't remember the last time I visited Nornir, nor do I wish to try.
One raven down. There's some soundstone up there.
It pairs quite nicely with the Twilight Stone. A knack for interiors, these light elves.
Your father is indeed thorough.
Limitless. Limitless what? Power? Growth? Ambition? A bit vague.
We do not need to rush. We should see this desert for ourselves.
Look, I know we can't trust prophecy.
We should be able to reach the Barrens up top.
Look here.
Look there! An entrance to the caves!
This cave extends underneath the desert.
Aye. A refuge for the Dark Elves, by the looks of it. One of the few remaining now that they're barred from the temple. Perhaps we'll find Atreus' wounded animal down here.
Lead the way, Kratos. I trust you to not get us lost underground. These poor elves, blinded by hate, lashing out at everything and everyone for their fate.
They will not listen to reason. Combat is unavoidable.
Oh, trust me, I know. Still, I wish it were not the case.
Patience. A virtue or a threat?
Depends on the reader.
This creature Atreus heard, why wait until now to free?
It was not a priority.
We were too busy attempting to stave off Ragnarok to indulge in any desert dalliances.
Shame. I imagine Atreus would have enjoyed a flight to see an injured animals.
Yes, he would have.
I didn't mean to twist the knife.
You did not. Atreus has chosen his path. I trust him to be safe.
Enemy behind you, Kratos! With my own son when he was Atreus' age. Baldur craved adventure, but with the words of the Norns repeating in my head.
Your worry consumed you, as my rage once did to me.
You overcame it, eventually.
Thanks to Atreus. And his mother.
Yes. Perhaps if Odin had loved his children as much as he loved using them, both would still be with us. Atreus reminds me more of Freyr in his youth than of Baldur. His sensitivity, his compulsion to help any and all in need.
That is his mother's influence. Despite all attempts to train him otherwise, Atreus was eager to help lost spirits or run errands for the dwarves during our travels together.
Hay's influence runs deeper than that. Why do you think you're the one assaulting a cave full of hostile dark elves to save a wounded creature?
Gun ready!
Excursions like this once served as training for Atreus, or an excuse to gather resources while testing his abilities. But I made him a promise. His voice as my guide.
And his voice told you to come out here?
He would approve. Strange, that means more to me now than it did before he left.
You've said it yourself. Atreus takes after his mother. His approval.
Nightmare on the left!
That helped. We've cut it loose, but it can't seem to escape.
Much of the hive matter is gone. We can free it from the surface now.
How in the realms did they capture such a large one?
Half-Giffers are known to burrow, so I'd hesitate to place full blame on our Dark Elf friends.
Even though it's bound by their hive?
Hive matter doesn't belong to the Dark Elves, any more than the light belongs to the Light Elves. It's just another of Alfheim's natural resources. One the elves have used since the time of their ancestors. And while the Light Elves seem keen to banish the hive over on their side, the Dark Elves make effective use of it out here in the Barrens.
But if this is true, are we doing more harm than good by destroying this hive?
You wish to leave the creature enslaved?
No. Freyr would have wanted us to do everything in our power to restore this realm. We will free it.
Never imagined I'd see it. Didn't hesitate to carry the fair maiden across the river before returning to his brother.
Enough talk for now. Be ready.
Sort of a harp. I can play beautifully, you know.
I do not, and would prefer it remain that way.
Back in Jotunheim, I had half a mind to ask Angerboda what exactly her intentions were with the lad. One look at her, and any doubts I had melted away.
It's a question every parent must grapple with sooner or later.
I trusted her with my life. I trust her with my son.
You can't argue with that.
Prepare for a fight.
Throw under the cruel. Dagger the
Once we have defeated these berserkers, what then?
We pay the king a visit and give him more of the same.
We have seen this before. Revenge will not bring you peace.
Is it revenge if justice is served?
That is a question you must answer for yourself. These rooms.
Show them home.
Hold. We will finish later. Here.
That's some of Kvasir's poetry. I wonder, how'd these two pups end up yoked to the sled?
Ever try flying in a sandstorm? I imagine Freyr showed the Dark Elves that Gulon could be trained to pull a plow. They must have found new uses for them once the sandstorm arrived. I imagine they're now bred to aid in traveling the surface.
A horn.
Another one of Dvalin's diagrams.
You spoke of his conscience.
Aye. He saw that the Aesir would likely use his powerful weapons to cut down his fellow dwarves, so he ripped out his design pages and scattered them.
And what of him?
Well, the All-Father found out. He wasn't terribly pleased.
It came time for Girth to wander away.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Later, brother. Hostilities demand our focus. Kratos! Simple path!
Enemy behind you, Kratos! The Alpha!
That's Draugr.
Whatever.
Reminds me of tales of a cruel empress. One too angry to die.
We will see.
I see an entrance!
Freyr never saw how poorly these lands fared in his absence, did he? He would appreciate our efforts out here.
Aye. Hearing the Song of the Sands again is a rare privilege. Even if it's only a solo act.
Or a duet, once this Hofgufa is free. This architecture. It is not of the Dark Elves.
An abandoned ancient settlement by the looks of it. Built long before the Lightwell's creation.
Your heart matter as well.
I'd say we're on the right track then.
When I last came here with you and Atreus, I assumed the absence of Alfheim's light was an aberration. I didn't realize it was covered by hive matter.
Aye. And as far as the Dark Elves are concerned, it's that light column in the center of the temple that's the aberration. Just look at how old some of these surfaces are. Far older than the Lightwell, or even our trapped Hafgifa for that matter.
That's quite the empathetic perspective, Nornir.
Well, dangle from a burly god's backside for a few winters, and you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new perspectives.
Enemy to your left!
Behind you!
Down!
I suspect the corpse below would disagree. Good eye. Let's continue, shall we? Behind you! Poison!
The Alpha!
I imagine it's the lack of fresh light that's caused this pair to grow abnormally large. No use in having babies if there's nothing for them to feed on.
Trying to protect their children from a harsh world. I can relate. wonder if these two comprehend the choice they face on the free.
What choice do you speak of?
The life cycle of the Hobbits. In order to breed, they must pass on their light to their children.
And without light, they will die.
I suppose that's all any of us can hope for here. That our death has purpose. That we can live on through our children. Given another chance. I know what choice it is. Well done. Time to set it loose.
Aye, back to the surface then.
A pipe.
Used in many of Freyr's blessings, I imagine.
If my stories are...
Light elf grave.
Jewelry.
Oh? Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
No.
An elven library.
An archive of knowledge.
No sign of the light elves.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day, and we can browse at our leisure. So, these are the Valine schematics, eh?
You know of him.
Aye. One of the most gifted dwarven smiths around. Until he developed a conscience, anyhow.
sealed, but there is an inscription. Console.
Big Veer spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gander at that particular text. Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata frambo. Jag vet. Helga brought him on.
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
The elves do not need protection from their history. They need access. A new chapter awaits.
I'm impressed. Thought you were going to end her.
When last we traveled here, after Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire for his people. I do not wish to make the same mistake twice.
To speak. The day stretches on, the laird carries on hunting, and his brother quietly gnashes his teeth out over that thought.
Light elf architecture. It's massive.
A token.
A badge of honor. The elves made a few of these. They'd hang them up outside their dwellings. Show their support for their brother. A monument to Freyr. I wonder if he ever saw this.
That's odd. The runes are dark.
I'm grateful to see Freyr remembered this way. But what purpose does all this serve?
Difficult to say without description. But it looks like the elves built this place together, light and dark. Which means this would have been their first act of cooperation in generations. A far cry from lasting peace, but perhaps it's a...
This statue may have survived Freyr's absence, but a truce clearly did not. Monuments are useless to those who ignore their message.
He didn't create a truce through diplomacy alone. His godhood, his very presence is what healed this land and allowed peace to take root. But once he left, he had to have known what would happen.
Well, he had good reason to leave. Some jackass convinced his sister to marry a madman.
These crystals contain their own light.
You're right. Normally we'd have to provide our own. Perhaps slotting a crystal on the opposite side could shed some light on this mystery. like we can read the inscription now as well.
Light from the crystals. It is in the sand now.
Would you look at that? Freyr's gift endures after all. Or should I say, his presence?
You are not funny.
Even when Freyr was actually here, the peace was fragile. Surely a bit of extra light in the desert isn't enough to make it last.
Before I met Faye, I could not imagine a life of peace. After her death, in our travels to Jotunheim, I found peace on my own. It remains my responsibility to make it last.
I only hope his guidance will last this time.
We will see. But he has given them a chance. Freya, the flower.
A dawn bloom.
Yet another sleeping beast. The handiwork of Alvis Stonefoot. It's about waking the trolls with a relic. Well, we already figured that out for ourselves, didn't we? Perhaps we can bring these two animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Svanna could use the company. We have kennels.
It would not go well for them. Once a predator becomes accustomed to a land, it is cruel to move them.
I suppose you're right. It just seems lonely out here.
It's peaceful. They have each other. It is enough. The hilt is drawn to the gravestone. Blades.
I suppose you're right. If Skofnung rids the land of these bastards, I can stomach its presence a bit longer. I might finish my story from before. The Laird had abruptly broken his oath by carrying the maiden across the river. And his brother spent the afternoon biting his tongue in confusion and simmering outrage.
Another time. We must focus.
More poetry. Delightful.
Something is coming, and it's not happy. What on earth was a drake doing back there?
Your guess is as good as mine. Imprisoning a drake. Can't decide whether to be impressed or horrified.
Either way,